Hello, and welcome to Thaumcraft 5 in the sky. Ooh, be careful. It's a long way down. Now, as you're probably wondering, what is Thaumcraft? Well, it's magic. You'll see. Not like with all Skyblock, we're always required to do the first thing, which is get wood. Yep. Fairly average normal stuff. Now the problem is, we can't stay here. This island is just far too small, and unfortunately, there's no food anywhere. Yeah, we can get apples from trees, but that's not a reliable food source, and it's certainly not going to keep us healthy. No, the whole point of Thaumcraft is to do the impossible, to bend the world around you. And the point of Skyblock is to thrive on very little starting material and turn it into something glorious, all through patience and hard work. Not easy things to accomplish, but just about anybody can. Now the first major goal is to get to that island, and unfortunately you can't see it from here. The entity render distance is a little too low, but there is a chest on that island with the last piece of melon in the world. The only way we're going to get there is using the items in this chest. Now, water and lava are, of course, known for being a cobble generator. You can make them into a cobble generator, I mean. The only problem is, we don't have any good way to do that. Except this. Oh, and if you've noticed, by holding shift and mousing over things, you've realized these symbols are above everything. That means that that item holds that concept. And we'll figure out what those concepts are and how they relate later. But for now, we'll get ourselves a tool. Now this is Skyblock 2.1, and in 2.1, that used to be a piece of bedrock. Now that means you can pretty well destroy the main island without there being anything left. In early versions of Minecraft, you used to be able to spawn in only one single position. Now that's kind of changed, and you spawn in random positions. So, obviously, this means you can end up spawning over the void, over and over. Boy, that would sure suck, wouldn't it? But, well, sometimes it's the only option we have. So, speaking of the only options, our only option is to get to that island using cobblestone. Not an easy prospect, but with a little hard work, I think we can do it. Now, every time I mine, I'm of course exhausting myself a little further, as well as losing some cobblestone to the lava. That's annoying. Doesn't help. So, we'll get a better pickaxe, and I will begin making my way over there. Yep, it's not easy. And unfortunately, a bridge like this, that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Most people wouldn't be willing to do it, but I will. And I will return when I've got just that. Oh well. Momentary interlude here. I better get me a furnace for torches. Well, as soon as that thing grows. Hey, what do you know? Magic. Now, Unfortunately, this is not an ideal tree, but it'll do for right now. So, I'm gonna get as much wood off it as I can before it becomes night. And unfortunately, because it's raining, no zombies or skeletons will burn up in the next morning light. So, torches are important. Incidentally, torches are also how I'm going to take apart that entire sand island down right over there. Getting some monster frame rate lag too. But oh well. Oh man, look at that pretty red, orangey red glow. Yeah, sunsets and Skyblock are so beautiful. So are sunrises. But can't admire the beauty for long. Otherwise, things out of our control might start to happen. To help expedite the process, good axe is always useful. Not too sure exactly how long it'll take to get to the island from here. I could use wood now, since I've got a decent source of logs to do it that way. But I think cobblestone is a little more. It's longer lasting for one. Now I remember I showed earlier that I was bridging out, and I had the lava bucket in my hand, and it wasn't until I got back and started making more cobble that I realized how foolish that was. Never bridge out over the void with valuable items in your hands. It's always a recipe for disaster. Oh hey, we can see the chest from here. Won't be able to get much further towards it, but every little bit counts. Now eventually I'm going to want mobs to start spawning, but that's a little bit further down the road. Not quite there yet. Hopefully, when I do get there, I will be able to continue this, and good God, this rain is terrible. So I decided I would flatten the terrain a little, put down a little skirt around where the island used to be, and I'm going to slowly fill this in with wood so as to prevent it from all the dirt from falling into the void. I'll preserve one piece of grass so that eventually I can build an animal pen, and hopefully I won't have too much trouble with that because I'll need cows. Sheep wouldn't be bad, but string can substitute for wool, but normally leather from cows or rabbits, both are good. Those are the things that you want. You don't really have many other options. You kind of need cows to be able to progress. So, yep, this is just the foundations of that. Oh, it's about fucking time. Jeez. Not much longer now. And there we have it. One bridge to an island far away. Now, unfortunately, there's no easy way of getting underneath that thing. But, eventually I think I'll be able to do that. I'll need some... Actually, instead of torches, why not some half slabs? That'll work. I mean, I still need torches, I'm just saying. This should help us clear out all the sand without losing the contents of the chest or the cactus there, both of which are very important. But this bottom layer of sand is extremely fragile. We can't afford to disturb it in any way. I mean, it was MC edited over the void, so once updated, you pretty well can do the math on what'll happen. But yeah. That's my next goal. Don't breathe. Oh, close. That last little part in the back is going to be annoying to get to. Unfortunately, swimming is rather difficult. There. I miss Depth Strider so much. But oh well. Just in case this messes up horribly, I only need that. There. I only need one slab left. There we go. Whole thing is encapsulated, or rather, not encapsulated, but it's safe to mine, basically. Can't think of the word right now. Ah, you piece of shit, why'd you do that? Okay. Cactus, obsidian, melon, pumpkin, cocoa bean. And that's pretty well it for this side. Now the key is to use this obsidian. Obviously we'll want to do it over there, to make a nether portal. And from there, we can go and get the other half of the loot in the nether. The only downside is that's a little tricky. We don't have a flint and steel, we don't have gravel or any source of fire other than that lava. So we'll use the lava combined with some creative log placement to hopefully light this baby and go to the nether, where we'll find the last bits of loot to be taken. Also, incidentally, the nether is where we'll be doing a lot of dumping. Yeah, that's a good word for it. You'll find out why. Wouldn't want to spoil too much. So yeah. The next major thing is to get some... I'll need a little bit spare cobble to use as scaffolding. And from there, I think the next best option would be to make a lava cast. So hopefully I don't end up ruining that somehow. I think we'll be fine though. When I've got enough lava and cobble and all that crap, I'll be back. Okay, so there we go. Basically, all I did was stack some wood up, let the lava sit, and I just let the fire do what it does best. It most likely hit this wood piece first, and it burned in front of it on the ground in the frame, and thus lit the portal. So yeah, that's always a cheap little trick you can use in case you ever, I don't know, get stranded or something in the nether. You find yourself, you have logs, but no way of getting anything else, something like that. It's always good to have. A little know-how, you can do just about anything, can't you? So, on this side, Ooh, spooky. There's no safety. Oh. There we go. On this side, we've got a plethora of fun things. Another chest. And all the saplings that you can get in vanilla. I made sure to add these because originally in Skyblock you only had the birch and the oak sapling, and that's just not fun. This way I have jungle, dark oak, acacia, spruce. I have more types of wood to work with, and overall that makes things just more fun. And then there's the other half of the ice that'll allow you to make an infinite ice, or an infinite water source, I mean. Some glowstone here, which will be useful for later, more so than just as glowstone. When we start killing witches, we'll have lots of glowstone then, too. Go. That's all I care to do in this world for now. Okay. And there we go. Bunch of important things. Another chest. Which, I mean, when you think about it, a chest is actually pretty expensive. Oh, and I went ahead and planted the melon so that we'll have a decent source of food from now on. Really, there's just not too much more to do other than to just plug away at the cobblestone for a while. This is one of the grindiest parts of the entire, I don't want to call it a mod pack, but one of the grindiest parts of the entire thing, the entire map. It's not easy getting all this crap together. I know I make it look easy, but it's not. I'll probably replace all this dirt with stone. Next thing I'm going to have to do is AFK over there a while so that mobs will spawn over here. Passive mobs, that is. If I can get a pair of cows, that would really make my day. So yeah, I guess I'll be back when more interesting things are around. Just to give a short little demonstration as to what exactly a lava cast is. Basically it's this, except a little more uniform. See, I'm going to create a stair-step design and then pour lava at the top, have it cascade down, switch it out quickly for water, and just sort of do that a few times until I have a small mountain that'll generate far more cobblestone than this thing could ever. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so I managed to do what I just demonstrated. Turned out pretty good. I started growing dark oak saplings instead of oak, since, I mean, oak trees end up being piddly little things anyway, so dark oak's more likely to get me wood and apples over a silly little oak tree wood. Grew a jungle sapling as well. I'm not getting too good. The rate of return on jungle saplings is pathetic. So, planted the melon. That worked. Ooh, 7 pieces too. Now I can finally recover from dumping lava on myself, which I accidentally did when I was making the stair step to be able to make this. Dumped lava on myself just once and managed to get out without dying. Ooh man, nothing scarier. So basically this is just a giant stair step of lava, or well, cobble now. and you just mine it and get all the stone you want. It's the best idea by far. No need to worry about shit like sitting there in one spot for hours and hours, just removing and adding lava, adding water, and so on. So boring. I mean, I'm boring enough as it is. I don't need that in my life as well. So, yeah, we'll do this. And when I'm done, in a fucking year, I'll come back and I'll have more. Ooh, spooky. Don't look down. Don't look down. Well, I am back almost 12 hours later, and I've been busy. Oof. So I grew a spruce tree until I could gather enough saplings to make a 2x2 tree. And I swear these things are both amazing and horrifying. It is just pouring down rain, but that seems to be the norm now. So first of all, I moved the lava and water over there for the cobble generator. I'll probably only use that as a novelty generator when I just need a few pieces to make up whatever. And hopefully it doesn't catch my new floor on fire. I rather like it. I think I might go for a slight steampunk theme, or perhaps something a little more, I don't know, rustic looking, I guess. Been gathering reeds like crazy in the meanwhile, and growing more melons. But number one thing here is, yep, that's right, I mined it all. Ooh man, that was quite the chore. Took maybe 20 something stone picks. Not an easy task. But so far everything's worked out pretty well. Haven't had any major snafus or anything like that. So I'm going to start making a little more charcoal and cooking up more stone. Then I'm probably going to lay some sort of definitely a better foundation than this one. I've only got cobble under it so far, and that's fine as a safety net, but for the final build I want it to look a little more organized. Definitely. So yeah, I will be back whenever I get there, which probably by this point is going to be in episode 2. See you then. Testing once more. Hopefully the frame rate is a little better. Slight frame rate test. This is take 2. I upped the bit rate to 1500 from the previous one of 500. Hopefully that did something. Guess we shall see. And this is take 3 of frame rate test. I changed the CBR, turned off the CBR and lowered the quality rating by 1. Kinda wish it hadn't stopped raining.